Tonight, this long West Coast trip continues as the Red Sox take on the Seattle Mariners in Game 3, with Rick Porcello going to the hill for his 15th win. The Sox in need of a bounce-back victory on a beautiful night in Seattle. In just a couple of moments, we'll be tossing it to Tom Hutler, who is the public address announcer here in Seattle at Safeco Field, Steve, because they are honoring David Ortiz. Big Papi's career really started with the Seattle Mariners. He never played a game for them, but they signed him out of the Dominican Republic as a free agent when he was just 16 years old.
24 years ago, and wow, you got to give them a lot of credit for recognizing talent even at 16 years old. Obviously, they didn't keep him in this organization, but wow, what a career he has gone on to have.
And what a season it has been, maybe a historic final season for David Ortiz, who continues to say, yes, regardless of how those numbers finish up, and if it's in the month of October, all the better. He will be walking away, but already up to 87 RBIs. He had 2 more last night.
36 doubles, 87 RBIs. All the numbers that he's amassing right now are pretty much unbelievable, as you talked about, too. It's amazing with the doubles at 36 of those doubles. And given that he never gets a hustle double, he has to hit it off the wall in order to get a double. He's turned a lot of doubles into singles over the course of the season.
OPS over 1,000. David Ortiz waiting to take the field after some initial pregame ceremonies, so he'll be getting gifts. I think there is a chance, as Jim Rice said, that salmon may be part of it.
Maybe they'll throw a salmon at him. Maybe he'll become a fishmonger.
He's going to be joined on the field by Edgar Martinez, who will unveil a framed piece that has David's original first professional contract and a photo of him as a minor leaguer in the Mariners system, long forgotten because, as mentioned, he only got into the minor leagues before he was dealt to the Minnesota Twins, and it was with Minnesota that he made his major league debut.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about Minnesota as how did you let this guy get away? But they were the second organization that let him get away, and he changed a lot when he came to the Red Sox. He did have a little bit of a hole in his swing middle in, and when he came to the Red Sox, he figured that out, changed it, and now there's not too many holes in that swing at all.
You understand the 2 fishmongers from the Pike Place Market will be on the field as well. One of them will be tossing a fish to the other as part of this photo opportunity on the field.
Oh, so they're not actually throwing it to David?
I don't think so.
He doesn't want fish scales all over him.
Well, they also weigh like 30 or 40 pounds. Oh, you don't want him getting hurt.
Yeah, it's supposed to represent 34 pounds of salmon that he's going to get because of his number, of course.
Yep. So, you know, everywhere the Red Sox go these days, every final stop, it'll also happen in Los Angeles coming up over the weekend. There'll be one of these ceremonies. This will be the only one I can guarantee where he gets fish as some sort of a gift.
It's perfect, though. You're up here in the Pacific Northwest where the steelhead salmon are running. You get some fish. You get his original contract. Way better than chunky peanut butter.
Let's go to Tom Hutler, the public address announcer.
And here to present David with a special framed piece commemorating his start here in Seattle, our own designated hitter, destined for the Hall of Fame, number 11, Edgar Martinez. Edgar and the Mariners are presenting David with this, his first professional baseball contract. And Big Papi, even though you spent most of your career as designated hitter, we know you can still make a great catch if called upon. We know you can still make a great catch. And here to toss you another present on behalf of the Mariners and your fans in Seattle, the famous Pike Place Market Fishmonger. Here it comes. That's right. We're sending number 34 home with 34 pounds of Northwest King salmon. But wait, David, that's not all. A few of your friends from the Mariners dugout have a couple more surprises. Please welcome Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Felix Hernandez.
Yo tengo
They are presenting you with this special painting. And watch. There's that watch they are presenting. The big copy here this evening. Thank you all for being a part of the celebration. David, thank you so much for your contributions to our wonderful game. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, number 34, David Ortiz.
All right, so all of these celebrations these days coming with costumes, it seems. All of David's many friends.
Chains.
Yep, presenting those wonderful gifts. Well, first pitch is right around the corner. Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners in game number 3 here from Safeco Field, and the first pitch is coming up next. His website for deals. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. The 2017 Kia Sportage. Visit anykiadealers.com to learn more. DraftKings, the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of your Boston Red Sox. Subaru Retailers of New England. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. First pitch in just a moment. Andrew Benintendi getting his first major league start tonight here in Seattle. Back in Seattle, and Hisashi Iwakuma about to toss the first pitch tonight to Mookie Betts. And it is in there for strike one. We're underway on a very comfortable night once again at Safeco Field. Great to have you with us. Thanks for staying up late tonight. Mookie hitting .306, 22 homers. He's driven in 70. Coming off an outstanding month, and today just named the American League Player of the Month for July, after leading the American League in total bases, doubles, and extra base hits.
For a little guy.
The 0-2 from Iwakuma. He is the second Red Sox to win it this year. Jackie Bradley won it as well in May. And here's a look at the starting pitcher. Iwakuma 11-7 with a .421 earned run average. He's been a quality pitcher in 2 countries. Beat the Red Sox at Fenway on the 17th of June 8-4. Went 7 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. And the 1-2. And he gets him. And he has that outstanding splitter. He strikes out Mookie Betts. And time for a look at the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by buyatoyota.com. Toyota's website for deals. Brock Holt is next, then Xander Bogaerts and David Ortiz. Jackie Bradley in center, Aaron Hill at third base, Travis Shaw at first. Hanley Ramirez is going to be out for a couple of days. Sandy Leon doing the catching, and Andrew Benintendi is the left fielder, batting ninth and making his first major league start after his big league debut last night. Here's Brock Holt now, batting out of the 2 spot. And at second base tonight, it's just a rest night for Dustin Pedroia. This is a scheduled off night for Pedroia.
In the middle of that 43 games in 44 days, all the starters are going to need some time off.
Breaking ball fouled away. Brock hitting .257. He's homered 5 times. And his first time batting out of the 2-hole this season. Dustin Pedroia has hit there 100 times. Right on the nose. Iwakuma, the 35-year-old from Tokyo, fires the 0-2. And it's in there for strike 3. So he has struck out the first 2 Red Sox tonight.
Well, let's check in on the Mariners defense now, brought to you by DraftKings. We got Seager at third base, Sardinius at short, Cano, the hero from last night, over at second base, Adam Lind at first. Aoki's in left field, Martin in center, Seth Smith making a start in right field, Zunino is your catcher. Iwakuma doing the pitching, and he is a good one, as you've mentioned.
Is Xander Bogaerts to test him, hitting .323, 14 homers, 67 RBIs. He is 0 for 7 in the series. These clubs have split the first 2 games. Last night certainly a heartbreaker for the Red Sox, in a game that really felt like it was in hand in the 8th inning.
Very much so.
Popped up foul out of play. Here are the umpires tonight, brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Ramon DeJesus is behind the plate. Paul Emmel at first. Mike Estabrook at second. Dana Demuth, the umpire, at third base. Sox, if you missed it, lost a stunner last night. They led 4-0 going into the 8th inning. David Price had allowed only 3 hits to that point. And then it was home run, 3 singles, 2 runs. Price was gone. Robinson Cano belted a 3-run homer, and it was 5-4 in the blink of an eye. And the Red Sox lost by that margin.
They have been a great bounce back team after those horrific losses. They usually come back and play well and win. It's going to be difficult to do that tonight against Iwakuma. This is a guy that I don't think people forget how good he is. He's an all-star. He was finished 3rd in the Cy Young balloting, a 14-6 record in 2013. Threw a no-hitter last year at Baltimore.
Yeah, 1 of 4 in the majors, a 2-2. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota certified used vehicle right now.
You know, Dave, he is no mystery. He likes to throw a lot of high fastballs just up over the top of the strike zone, tough to hit. and then he throws you that same pitch on the same plane, but it's a splitter, and it's a good one. Up and down is what he does.
2-2, lofted toward right field. Smith is coming in. Backhands that, and the Red Sox go quickly. 1-2-3 in the first inning. By New England Chevy dealers, Aoki will lead things off, then Smith and Cano. Nelson Cruz, the designated hitter. Kyle Seager at third, Lind at first, Martin in center. Mike Zunino does the catching, hit a big home run here last night. And Luis Sardinas is at shortstop, hitting ninth against Rick Porcello. No score after a half inning, and the first pitch in there for a strike. Red Sox starter is presented by New England Audi dealers. He is 14-2. And he's won 8 straight decisions. And he has really become the Red Sox stopper. Lined into right field. Mookie Betts gets turned around a bit, but makes that play for out number 1.
Check out the Red Sox defense, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Tonight, here's what it looks like. Hill's going to be at third consistently lately. Bogey at short. Brock Holt making a start at second base with Petey off for tonight. Shaw's at first. Benintendi making his very first major league start out in left field. Bradley Jr. in center. Betts over in right. And your battery, Sandy Leon catching. Rick Porcello, the guy on fire on the mound.
He has not lost a start since the 17th of May. 8-0 over the last 13 outings with a .344 earned run average. Seth Smith, the batter, looks at a strike. 265, 11 homers, 43 RBIs. Veteran left-hand hitter, good power. Robinson, Cano after him. And a breaking ball will miss the mark.
Porcello tonight looking for his 100th victory.
Red Sox, as you see, they're 16-5 when he gets the start. In play to the right side. Long range over there for the out. It's actually Hill, the third baseman, so that play goes 5-3 from about 25 or 30 feet away from first base.
That'll mess up your whole scorecard there, won't it?
Just put a 5 and then a 3, and you're all set. Well, here's Robinson Cano, and as you mentioned, the hero last night for Seattle with that 3-run homer.
What a fantastic at-bat he had, too. I mean, let's face it, that ball that Abad threw right there, pretty hittable ball for a left-handed hitter that likes the ball down and in. But at the same time, he fought off a good fastball. He went down 0-2 in the count, just doing what he does so well.
Game-winning 3-run shot, as it turns out, in the 8th inning that gave him 50 extra base hits. for the 12th consecutive season to open a career. Just the 4th all-time major leaguer to do that. Yeah, he can hit. Rick Porcello will tell you that because he's a .370 lifetime against Rick. 10 for 27 with a home run.
I really thought when Cano had signed the contract here to come and play in Seattle, big money of course, that he would have to resign himself to saying, I'm not going to have the power numbers I had in New York with that short porch in right field. This is a much bigger ballpark to hit in, and yet when you look at his numbers, they just continue to rise. 24 homers this year, 68 RBIs. He continues to be a greatly productive player.
His first year he did scuffle, though. He hit only 14 home runs, drove in 82. He lashes that one foul down the line. Then he bumped it up to 21 and now 24. Nelson Cruz on deck. Porcello trying to make it a 1-2-3 first inning. We saw a lot of that from Price last night until the fateful 8th inning. If you were with us last night, you saw in the 6th inning Price got drilled by a line drive off the leg, and some speculated afterwards that that may have contributed to his downfall in the 8th inning. He said absolutely not. John Farrell said it did not. It was not a factor.
It ended up being kind of a glancing blow because he got that left knee in the way at the last second, and it kind of just ricocheted nicely off of it. Of course, I wouldn't want to get hit with it, but
no. But he came back the very next inning and got the 1-2-3. After that, here's the 2-2. Right there to Bogarts. Perfectly situated and gets him. And Porcello gets him 1-2-3 to start. Here in Seattle, Steve Lyons, Dave O'Brien with you. David Ortiz in the box for the first time tonight. Moments after a pregame ceremony to honor him. 316, 25 homers, 87 runs batted in. David with 2 RBIs last night as he went 1 for 3. And Iwakuma with the 0-1. David looking like he broke out of a mini 2 for 15 skid with a double last night. His major league leading 36th double. Good numbers against Iwakuma.
Yes.
2-1. Jackie Bradley on deck, and then Aaron Hill. By now you know that Hanley Ramirez took a tumble down the dugout steps last night and jammed his wrist. He sprained his wrist. Guerin will have more on that in a little bit. 2-1 is hammered foul. So there's Hanley. He can only watch probably for a couple of days.
From that position, doesn't look like he can even watch that well. Hiding.
Well, he hit an absolute bomb here last night.
Ooh.
455 feet.
As you talked about before, not too many people go up over that scoreboard.
2-2. Fouled away. You talk about David Ortiz with all of those doubles, 36 doubles at his age. He broke Sam Rice's 86-year-old record for doubles by a major league hitter 40 or older.
Already. We got a ways to go.
Yeah. Rice had 35 in 1930 at the age of 40. Bounding ball foul off first.
You know, and I've said it a bunch of times, and I'm beating the dead horse here, but I'm going to say it again. He doesn't get any cheap doubles. Imagine all the doubles he's been hitting this season, and he never gets one where he maybe hits in the gap and he could really hustle into second like a lot of guys on this team can do. He doesn't have that speed. We've seen him hit balls off the wall that end up being singles because he can't make it to second. There are no cheap ones.
I bet there have been 7 or 8 of those.
More.
Luckily, you'll get some more chances.
Base is empty, and Ortiz trying to reach here against Iwakuma in the second. He chased the high one, and down he goes, strike 3. Third strikeout already for the right-hander. Let's get on to Guerin Austin.
Thanks, Opie. Well, as you mentioned, Hanley Ramirez is day-to-day with a sprained wrist after he injured it after falling down the stairs in the dugout after last night's loss. Ramirez had an MRI and an X-ray, and although there is no structural damage, he is sore. Barrow said that he could miss a few days, and guys, this could change up the plans in LA against the Dodgers with David Ortiz.
It might. Maybe we'll see David Ortiz, Guerin, playing some first base. That remains to be seen. Jackie Bradley climbing in, hitting .292, 17 homers, 62 RBIs. Red Sox heading for Dodger Stadium next.
Got a good look at the stairs that he slipped and fell down just inside the dugout as the game was immediately over and everyone was headed down those stairs into the clubhouse. He took a tumble.
So somehow a terrible loss got even worse when he did that.
Insult to injury.
1 ball and 1 strike on Jackie. Aaron Hill on deck.
Yep, there they are right there. The first set of steps gets you into the dugout. This second set of steps is where he went down, reached back to break his fall, and his wrist just bent the wrong way. That's some excellent investigative photography right there.
The check swing, and that's in there for a called strike. Yeah, we sent the camera guy over there to shoot the stairs.
Good thing he didn't slip.
I think that was John Martin. Went over and above to get a look at those for you. There's John.
As he always does.
As good as it gets. Scoreless here in the second. And a 1-2 from the righty. Iwakuma was a major star in Japan before coming to the United States. He was the Pacific League MVP in 2008 when he went 21-4. He also pitched for Japan in the 04 Olympics in Athens and the 09 World Baseball Classic. Swung out and missed on a pitch down into the dirt. Zunino has it and throws him out. And Iwakuma has faced 5 Red Sox. He struck out 4.
That's the nasty split that we talk about. High fastball, splitters down. He's very tough.
MLB.TV Premium is everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game of all 30 teams in true high definition. Visit MLB.TV for details. Red Sox having a lot of difficulty making contact right away against Iwakuma. And here comes Aaron Hill. Back in the lineup again at third base, hitting .196 with a homer. And a big one here in game 1 that tied it in the 8th inning. And Red Sox would eventually win on another home run by Mookie Betts in the 9th.
You can see the very quiet stance that Hill has adopted at the plate, stemming from the fact that he wasn't getting a lot of consistent playing time. He just wanted to oversimplify everything.
Toward third, a fair ball, gobbled up by Seager, off balance throw, and he's not going to get him. So Hill will become the first Red Sox base runner tonight on a single on the infield in front of Travis Shaw.
Tough play for Seager. When you're a third baseman making this play, you're literally taking your momentum away from the play. He has to come all the way over to the third baseline, then try to square up. He double clutched there. Didn't get a good grip on the ball the first time. And if you don't get it the first time, you're not getting the guy at first.
So Shaw up at 265 with 12 homers, 55 RBIs. He is 2 for 3 lifetime against Iwakuma. And the first one is pounded in there for a strike, 88. It's about where he likes to sit with that fastball.
Yep, up. He doesn't throw much harder than that. He just gets it just above your hands in a place that looks like a good place to hit, but it's hard to get there.
The 0-1. High pop up into right field. Cano backpedaling. And he's there to make the catch. One man left, no score. Plainridge Park Casino donates $777 to the Relay for Life of Greater Attleboro. Plainridge Park Casino committed to supporting responsible gaming year-round. And we're on to the bottom of the second inning. No score, Red Sox and the Mariners. Nelson Cruz has been quieted in this series. He is 0 for 7, but always dangerous with 26 home runs. He's not done much against Rick Porcello, though, just 4 for 28 in his career with 8 strikeouts. But still one of the premier power guys around. Here's the 1-1. There's a high deep drive into left field, and forget about it. Right there, pretty much on cue into that top deck for his 27th home run of the season. Continues to show outstanding power. He came in 5th in the league in home runs, and that'll make it 1-0.
Just about to say that he is still a fantastic mistake hitter. So quick inside. Porcello tries to get this one in, and it is inside, but look at how quick the hands are. And you know what? The ball sounds good in this ballpark. When you hit it one hard, it sounds great, doesn't it?
He's one of those guys when he goes 0 for 7, 0 for 8 in a series. The problem is he's due.
Yeah, he's lurking. So quick inside.
So 1-0 lead here for Seattle brings up Kyle Seager, the third baseman, 282, 20 home runs. Another good power source for the Mariners. He was 1 for 3 last night. Now Baltimore has won, Toronto has won or is winning in the 9th inning. The Tigers have won again. And Detroit's a team that Red Sox Nation has to be concerned about because they've now won 8 consecutive games. And they're right there on the Red Sox tail in the wild card race. The 1-1.
This is the time of year where you certainly start looking at those kind of numbers. Who's going to be the wild card team? What team's going to win the division? Where will that wild card come from? There you look at the wild card standings themselves. And look at how bunched up it is. Even threw the Mariners on there, 5 back out.
2-1, grounded foul right through the first base coach's box by Seager. Adam Lind on deck. And the Red Sox turn to Rick Porcello when they need a win, and they need one tonight. They've won the last 8 times he has taken the hill.
See if Porcello tries to get inside with that little Yahoo fastball like he tried last time. Now he goes away.
The Sox have not won 9 in a row by a single starter since 2008. That was Daisuke. Daisuke Matsuzaka won 10 in a row. Down low for a ball, and he walks him. So Seager is on. The Red Sox end of summer family pack is back this year with this special ticket offer. You get free parking, a free duck boat ride to and from the park, and a free hot dog and soda with each ticket courtesy of Aramark. For tickets, more information, visit redsox.com/family pack. Tail of the tape on the Cruz homer, 441 feet.
Not quite as far as Hanley's, but that ball was blistered.
There's another guy capable, Adam Lind, the first baseman. He's hit 15 home runs. A ground ball there to Holtz, to Bogarts, back to first, and in time for the double play to double up Lind.
Because of the shift, that was a very slow setting up double play ball. It's actually Hill right here catching the ball and turning it with Bogey over there, and then all the way back to first base with Shaw. That's a long first throw and then a long relay. Good thing Lind doesn't run that well.
So Martin running up to bunt and offered at it, so that'll be a swing and a miss for strike one. Martin 247, 13 homers and 32 RBIs. And good numbers against Rick Porcello, 6 for 13. 1-1.
So you have to score that 5-6-3 double play, correct?
That's correct. Well, Hill getting over on that right side quite a bit, and he shifts.
Yeah. Way over.
Waved at and missed. He was well off stride on that 74-mile-an-hour pitch. And the count 1-2.
Martin changing up his look a little bit today. Last night he had his pants at his knees. He had those white cleats on. Still the white cleats, but now his pants all the way down.
Into left field, right at Benintendi, and he'll make the play to retire the side, but Cruz goes yard, and that makes it 1-0 Seattle. Sox moment honoring the '86 Red Sox in game number 106. The Red Sox would beat the White Sox 9-0. Bruce Hurst would toss a complete game shutout. Bill Buckner drove in 4 runs for the Red Sox. Now the Sox trailing here 1-0 as we go to the 3rd inning. Sandy Leon to lead things off. Andrew Benintendi with his family here tonight in the stands, getting his first major league start. He's up next, and then Mookie Betts. Benintendi's very well represented here in the crowd tonight.
You think it's uprooting for a player to be playing in Double-A Portland somewhere. They call you late at night and say you're going to the big leagues. What about his family?
Chris and Jill, mom and dad there.
They all got to get on a plane and show up here too to see the first start. 2 sisters there to the right. We understand they were very excited to be coming here.
The 0-2 pitch to Leon, who is 4 for 14 on the road trip. Andrew making his major league debut last night. He went 0 for 2. He faced some serious heat by Diaz in the 9th inning and struck out. 1 or 2 of those were debatable. Line in the left, slicing. And a nice running catch by Aoki as he hauls it in for the out to retire Sandy Leon.
That was a really nice play. He was playing very shallow, Dave, and he got a great jump too. A lot of times when outfielders play shallow, they get a little bit nervous thinking that someone might hit it over my head. So the first reaction when a ball is hit is to go back, and he didn't do that.
So the Benintendis looking on to see the 22-year-old from Cincinnati who made his big league debut last night. Grew up a big Reds fan just 10 minutes from the Reds ballpark in downtown Cincinnati. He takes a strike.
Well, early on, he's going to see a lot of those. Anything close, they're going to ring it up.
He loved Ken Griffey Jr. growing up, his favorite player. He slices that one into left field and a base hit. His first major league hit. And a line drive into left field, and his family more than a little excited. What a moment for them to be here to see that happen.
Get him the ball. Here it comes in.
What a great scene. Terrific scene.
Watch the swing. Look at him just slice that thing right into left field for a base hit. That's a good piece of hitting right there, I'll tell you. Now, you and I haven't had a lot of chance to see him play, but we see the numbers at every stop. He's been very, very good.
So Benintendi is aboard for the first time, and here comes Mookie Betts. 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Red Sox trail 1-0 3rd inning.
He does have base stealing speed as well.
5'10", about 180. Andy Wakuma with the 0-1 pitch to Mookie. Not to be made. Benintendi back in.
Andrew is thinking about running. I'm sure he's seen the scouting reports now. Zunino behind the plate is just an average catch and throw guy. He doesn't have great footwork back there, and he's a big guy. He's a little thick. Doesn't have a great release.
1 man away. Runner holding. And Mookie tried to hold up but couldn't do it. That's a swing and a miss, and the count 0-2. Greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Mookie Betts, American League Player of the Month for July. In 23 games, hit .368, 10 doubles, 5 homers. Second Red Sox player to earn that monthly honor this season. Jackie Bradley, who had hit in 29 in a row, won it back in May.
Good representation by some very young players in the big leagues.
0-2 and popped him up. Drifting back, Lind along with Cano, and Cano will take it very leisurely for the second out. So Mookie Betts is 0 for 2 tonight. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSN at DraftKings.com. And Brock Holt will climb in. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Caught looking on a 3rd strike in the 1st inning. So he is 4 for 10 against the right-hander from Japan. Benintendi was a National High School Player of the Year out of his Cincinnati high school. His senior year, he hit .564 and he drove in 57 runs in his senior year in high school.
Yeah, they play about 13 games. You know, cold weather there in Cincinnati. That's a lot of runs driving in.
And he'll take that one for a called strike. He was actually drafted by the Cincinnati Reds initially, but in the 31st round, so Benintendi did not sign. Went to college instead. He went to Arkansas on scholarship.
I want to see him go.
Iwakuma with the 0-1, runner holding, and it's in tight for a ball. A little bit low. The 1-1 to Brock Holtz.
Oh,
Toward
nice.
the hole, and as through for a base hit. Sardinius could not get to it, and Benintendi is down to second base on the single by Brock Holtz.
That is just beautiful hitting right there. And I'm going to miss this, I'll tell you. Hitting it right where they aren't. They've got the shift on them. There's one guy over there. He can't get it. Shortstop can't get it. You know, I know that with the moves that have been made now, Brock Holt's going to get less and less playing time. He's going to go back to being that super utility guy where a lot of people think that that's where he's best suited. But I'm going to miss him getting a lot of at-bats. I really enjoy the way he battles up there.
Xander Bogaerts now trying to do something in the inning. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to right field. It's been a cool road trip for Xander. He is 5 for 26 on it. Still number 2 in the majors in hits. And takes ball 1. David Ortiz on deck. Benintendi down at second base and Brock Holt on at first. So good speed out there. 1-0 Seattle.
I'd like to see Xander start thinking more up the middle and the other way again. Hit the ball the other way his last at bat, but kind of served it. We've seen him drill the ball to the opposite field.
The 1-0. He takes a strike. As mentioned, Iwakuma pitched a pretty good game against the Red Sox back in June. He beat Boston, but in his career, he has an .859 ERA against the Red Sox in 5 starts. So he's had some very poor outings against Boston. So far tonight, he's allowed 3 hits. Really slows everything down with men on base. Here's the 1-1. A little pop up behind first base, foul ground, and plenty of room as Lynn puts it away. So a threat for the Red Sox. They do not score. Benintendi with his first major league hit. Mom and Dad sealing that with a kiss. In there for a called strike as we're underway here in the bottom half of the third inning. Mike Zunino leading things off for Seattle. 1-0. The Mariners have the lead. Sardinius and then Aoki to follow. So that is 8-9-1 against Rick Porcello. Surrendered a home run to Nelson Cruz to lead off the second. A no doubter into the top level for his 27th home run of the season.
This guy hit one in the 8th to start off that inning when David Price started to lose it just a little bit.
And Price had struck him out twice to make it 11 times in 12 at bats, striking out Zunino before the home run. But he crushed it. That made it 4-1 at the time. The Red Sox lead was down to 3. We didn't know then it was the start of a 5-run Seattle rally and the beginning of the end for Price.
We didn't want to know that either.
Zunino, the first round pick out of the University of Florida, does have good power. 2-2. Back to the home run swing last night, his 4th of the season.
Just looked kind of like a cutter or slider that he left out over the plate. Tried to go backdoor with it and didn't get it.
Three and 2 on Zunino. Payoff pitch from Porcello, and it's hammered foul.
This is a guy that the Mariner organization will admit to you that they rushed. They got him up here before he was ready, and the numbers showed it. In 2014, he hit $199. In 2015, he hit 174. They're saying now that he's starting to figure things out and getting better at this level.
Rip foul. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station, located at Fenway behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. 3-2 waved at and missed. He struck him out. First K in the book tonight for Rick Porcello. He makes it Zunino. Arbella Insurance Foundation is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Arbella donates $50 for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, up to $100,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. Here's Sardinius, 188 with 2 home runs. And a chance for Porcello to make it a fast inning. Nice. 0-1 breaking ball in for a strike.
That looks pretty, doesn't it? Just drops it right in there. Again tonight, Porcello using all of his pitches very effectively, in and out, up and down.
In there for strike 3. Caught him looking. Back-to-back Ks by Porcello.
Not the location he was looking for. They were trying to go down and in, but he just catches the outside corner with that pitch and gets the call.
Here's Aoki, who has gone 0 for 1 with a liner to right field. He is 1 for 13 against Porcello. And when we go to the 4th inning, Garen Austin will be interviewing Andrew Benintendi's dad, Chris, who we've been watching tonight, celebrating his first major league hit. Whole family is here, obviously thrilled by what they've seen so far tonight. Can't imagine what that moment is like for a family.
Well,
because it is very much a family affair when one of them gets to the big leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it was a big uprooting experience for them too. They got the call and said, we got to get out to Seattle.
The whole family gets the call. Pop foul back out of play. When you think of all the years that goes into it, all the sacrifice by families. I mean, mom and dad and all, piling the kids in and taking them to tournaments and taking them all over the country, really.
And he's got 2 sisters, and they look like athletes too.
Into the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I remember my mom with 4 boys making 3 different dinners. She used to show up for 3 innings of my game, go to 3 innings of my brother's game, and then go to 3 innings of my other brother's game to try to hit them all.
And talk about those sacrifices. The 1-2 made him dance a bit, as Aoki had to get out of the way. 34-year-old left-hand hitter from Japan. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, bases empty, 1-0 Seattle. And a bounding ball foul.
This is a guy in the lineup that you can forget about. But if you do, he hurts you a little bit. You just kind of look at him, he's like, this guy, he's got a crazy swing. He doesn't look like he can do any damage. And every year he hits 290.
2-2 again. And can't put him away yet. Aoki came to the United States in 2012 after 7 outstanding seasons in Japan with Yakult. He won 6 Gold Gloves. Left fielder. 2-2. All filled up now. Seth Smith is on deck.
Go ahead and challenge him here. The one thing he doesn't have is a lot of power.
Just the 1 home run. The 3-2 popped up. That'll twist foul out of play. CBS Health, proud supporter of Stand Up to Cancer. We invite you to share your hashtag reasons to stand up by posting a photo or video of why you stand up to cancer and tag at CBS in action. And the 3-2 again. And roped but foul into the stands. This is quite an at-bat by Aoki. You see so many Sox fans here, even in Seattle.
Whoa, and he made the play too. That's a Red Sox fan right there with his B on his cap and brought his glove.
3-2 pitch. And served, and that one plucked off the dirt by Bogaerts. He'll throw on to get him to retire the side. Still 1-0.
Welcome back to Red Sox Baseball on NESN. I'm Garen Austin, and I am here with Chris Benintendi, Andrew Benintendi's dad. Okay, Chris, how soon after you found out he was getting called up did you book these flights to be here?
Well, I think I looked early the next morning. Of course, I got a call very late, then my 4 brothers and sisters started working the phone, and they're here with me and my wife and 2 daughters and some other friends, and it's been a great time so far.
All right, well, you were the first person that Andrew called. What was your reaction when you found out your son had been called up to the major leagues?
Well, I was probably more excited than Andrew. The folks that know Andrew back home in Arkansas know that it takes a lot to excite the kid. But he was excited for Andrew. You think about those moments, and he's worked very hard. And I thought I'd probably be the first call, and I was. Any father that has a son that gets to this level, that you're just so thrilled for them. But I'd like to say it's just not us, because there are a lot of people that have, had a hand in this. He's got tremendous friends. He's got a tremendous community back in Madeira, Ohio. People have supported him since he was 6 years old. But there are 4 people that aren't here today that have been a tremendous influence on him. My folks, Robert and Sally Benintendi, that he calls Nona No-No. Then Jill's parents, Donald and Doris Brookbank, Mimi and Pappy back in Ripley, Ohio, who he loves dearly. They've been a central figure in his life, and this is just too far for them to come. But we'll get into a game soon.
Deep drive into right field. Racing back is the right fielder, Smith, and he cradles it right up against the fence. Big Papi just missed it. Garen?
All right, it sounds like he has such a great group of support, but what was it like for your family to watch his first major league hit?
Well, honestly, I fell asleep last night, so I didn't see the first 2, so I was hoping tonight would be the night. And he made me look like a genius, because I said to my brothers, he's got to be thinking left field against this guy throwing the soft stuff up there, and I've seen that swing a million times, and we all erupted. And again, it's about making memories. And for those few seconds tonight, and for the few minutes meeting him before the game with my brothers and all of us, those are times that we'll never forget. And it's just a small fraction of our lives, but they're captured for all of us, and it was just wonderful.
So thank you so much for talking with us. Enjoy the rest of the game tonight.
I shall. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
All right, OBC, we'll pass it back to you guys.
All right, Garen, great job there. Chris, thank you so much. That is one proud papa.
It is one kind of great day.
Jackie Bradley puts it in play to second baseman, and Cano flips on to retire him, and Jackie's 0 for 2, 2 out here in the 4th inning.
I can certainly remember the time that I got a chance to call my parents and told them that I had made the team and was going to go to the big leagues, but you don't know the reverse side of it as a father, what that feels like.
We got some insight into what we can expect from Andrew, though. It takes a lot to get him excited. And when you've been as good a player as he's been and played in as many games, big games, as he's already played at the age of 22 through high school and college, that makes sense. But big leagues are the big leagues.
Yeah, some guys go through their life feeling like they belong there, and I think he could very well be one of those guys. I mean, it didn't take him long to get here. He clearly thought he was going to.
Hill slaps that one foul. Aaron Hill with an infield single in the 2nd inning. Red Sox are down here 1-0 in the 4th.
Well, I know that we're going to get a chance to see that swing that his dad talked about. He's got to be thinking left field with the way this guy pitches. And wow, he didn't serve that ball to left field. He smoked it over there like he knew what he was doing. Pitch was about a foot off the ground when he hit it.
Mentioned it last night. He has major league hair. And the 1-2 on the way to Hill. He won't chase it.
Watch the balance. Look at where this pitch is. It's off his shoe tops. Look at his balance. Look at him drive the ball into left field. Picture perfect.
Nice when that first big league hit is such a clean one like that. Breaking ball. Golfed into right field, backing up Smith, and now stops. And the Red Sox go in order here in the top of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Seattle. Bottom of the fourth inning, Seth Smith leads things off here against Rick Porcello. 1-0 Seattle. In game 3 of the 4-game series, Steve Lyons, Dave O'Brien, and Garrett Austin with you. Smith, left-hand hitter, played baseball and football at Ole Miss. Smokes that one, takes a hop into right field, and on to first in plenty of time for the out. So one man gone. On the next all-new Charlie Moore Outdoors, Charlie heads to Connecticut to fish in the Connecticut River and play some horseshoes. Don't miss Charlie Moore Outdoors tomorrow night at 8:30 right here on NESN.
It's become commonplace now to say, and that ball's bounced into right field, and then the second baseman picks it up and throws him out.
Yeah, only in about the last 10 years has that become so commonplace with all the shifting. Here's Robinson Cano, 0 for 1 with a grounder to short. .24 home runs for Cano as of last night.
Second baseman is playing rover. Third baseman's playing second. And Bogey is lonely.
The 0-1 fouled away. When you take a close look at Rick Porcello going back his last 29 starts now, dating back to August 26th of last year. That's when he returned to the major league club after a stint with the Paw Sox. Since then, he has gone 18-6, a .337 ERA. Knocked foul by Cano. In that time, he's pitched 192 1/3 innings and walked all of 35 men.
And you know what I find very interesting is last year when he did struggle, there were so many people talking about the extension that he signed. I believe this is the first year of that contract being picked up. You don't hear a word about his contract this year.
He's 14-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch and cut on and miss. That one twisted him up and down he goes, strike 3.
This is a big league pitch right here to a guy who can flat out hit. We saw that last night. We saw him take a breaking ball and deposit it into the seats. But look at this one. Just kind of backed up on him and he couldn't hit it.
So Cano is 0 for 2. 2 down for Cruz. His home run, the difference in the game, the solo drive in the second inning, is 27th. He's their DH in tonight's game, and as the designated hitter, he's hitting .316. He can really get hot with the home run ball. Last August, he homered in 5 consecutive games on 2 separate occasions.
Twice in the same month.
Porcello's 2-0. High pop-up. Right side of the diamond. Shaw there. And a fast inning for Porcello. He gets him in order. Fifth inning, Red Sox are down a run as Travis Shaw gets in against Iwakuma. Shaw 0 for 1 with a pop to second, hitting .265 to start the night with 12 home runs. He took a ninth inning walk from Edwin Diaz with 1 out last night. Sox were down 5-4. Diaz then struck out the next 2 batters, and that was the end of the night. And he pops this one into left field. Aoki coming on, racing out. The shortstop make the catch. Sardinius with the grab. And tonight after the game on NESN Sports Today, we'll have an exclusive interview with the Bruins forward David Pastrnak, plus a complete report from Pat's training camp. Tonight after the game on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank.
She is digging in.
Going to town.
Remember when cotton candy used to come on that little white cone?
Sure.
They don't even give you the cone anymore. They just stuff it into a big bag.
Who needs the cone? Go for the bag. Here's Leon now. Sandy 0 for 1 with a liner to left field that Aoki caught. Made a nice running catch on it.
I have a couple cookies up here if that little girl needs any more sugar.
You always do have more than a couple of cookies. I've never seen one human being consume as many cookies as you.
I think she could. Look at her. She is going to town. Oh, don't even worry about it, Dad. It's going to get right back on there. That is a beautiful thing right there.
1-1. 1-2 on Leon. Benintendi on deck. Has his first major league hit tonight. Now, he was also an outstanding high school basketball player. He averaged 25 points a game in high school. He scored over 1,700 points. Grounded foul past third base.
I think when you get the opportunity to meet him, you are stunned a little bit at his size. Keep thinking this guy was all world. He's a great college baseball player, #1 pick. Now he's in the big leagues after his first draft. You're thinking 6'3", 220, but that's not him. 5'10", $180 if he's lucky. Doesn't matter. Pedroia was the MVP.
1-2 from Iwakuma. And fought off foul again. Benintendi played his freshman year at Arkansas. But his next year, the coaching staff wanted him not to play baseball because he had wrist and hamstring injuries. They also wanted him to put on some weight, some size. So he took the year to do that. Didn't play baseball. Next year he came back and hit 19 home runs and led Division I. He hit .386.
How much size do you think he put on?
Looped on the infield, coming on Seager. That could be trouble. The bare hand of the throw, and he's not going to get him. That's a strange looking hit, but Sandy will take it. He is on with a base hit on the infield.
Once again, another case where the shift kind of messes you up. This is just a jam shot blooper that doesn't even make it out of the infield. Seager has to come all the way over, and because of the spin of that ball, it's spinning away from him. He actually did a pretty nice job. Look at that ball. He barehands it and makes the play, but it's way too late.
Sandy's still grinning over that one, but he's on. The Red Sox have their 4th hit.
Adds to the numbers.
Benintendi for the second time tonight. He singled his first trip. He'll take a strike. Red Sox signed him out of Arkansas after he had won the Golden Spikes Award as the nation's #1 college player. Also SEC Male Athlete of the Year and Baseball America's Player of the Year.
He is right on top of the plate.
1-1.
I think he has a pretty good indication of where that inside corner is. Guys that stand close to the plate, you generally see them not even move if you go inside on them.
One 1-0 Seattle here in the 5th. The 1-1. A strike at 85, right at the bottom of the zone.
Here's his last at bat and first hit of his major league career. Look at where that pitch is, but look at his eyes and head right down the barrel of that bat. Look at the balance. He's not out front. Look, he can draw a line from his head right through his back knee, and that ball is shot in the left field.
He's behind in the count. Here comes the 1-2 with one away and one on. That one tied him up inside at 86, and down he goes on strikes. He is 1 for 2 tonight, and there are 2 away. And it'll be Mookie Betts next. So far tonight, the Red Sox unable to mount any kind of an attack against Iwakuma.
Pretty much as advertised, we've seen from him. Excellent control.
Betts has struck out and popped to second, so 0 for 2. 1 for 4 last night. And slices a foul for strike 1. A's Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets with the best seats at the lowest prices, from the bleachers to the boxes. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Mookie with a double last night, his 30th of the season. He had 42 all last year. Popped into right field. Another one not hit hard. Racing for it, Cano into foul ground. He one-hands it. Red Sox will strand a base runner. Still 1-0 Seattle. Catch an all-new dining playbook. Billy and Jenny check out downtown Providence, Rhode Island. Plus, they throw out the first pitch at a Paw Sox game. Dining playbook on Nesson, driven by your New England Chevy dealers. Weather's been beautiful here in Seattle during our stay. One more game to come tomorrow as we're underway in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-0, the Mariners lead it. And then we head on to Los Angeles. We head back to L.A.
Yeah. It's supposed to be nice here again tomorrow as well.
Drew Pomeranz on the hill tomorrow night against Ariel Miranda, who defected from Cuba, left-hander. And the Sox against the Dodgers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before they finally head home. And that will end an 11-game road trip. Right now the Red Sox are 3-3 on it. Now, Porcello's been very tough. He's allowed only 1 hit, but that left the ballpark thanks to Nelson Cruz in the 2nd inning. So 1-0 Seattle. Seager here, he drew a walk in the second. He pops it up. We've seen a ton of those tonight. Aaron Hill behind the bag to make the grab for the out.
Man.
Wednesday, August 31 is Lego Day at Fenway. The purchase of a game ticket through the special offer, fans receive a limited edition Red Sox themed player made with Lego bricks. And additionally, you'll be granted access to the kids concourse prior to the game for a special experience. Tickets are limited. Go to redsox.com/Lego to get yours today. Here's Adam Lind. He hit into a double play first time up. What were you giggling about?
We were showing Red Sox fans, and you saw the sister haul off and hit the brother right in the shoulder. Give me that.
I never know what you're laughing at half the time.
Yeah, it's right there on the screen. I know you've got stuff to do, you know.
Yeah, I've got
the
ball game to do. Yeah,
I was watching what we were showing them. There she is. She's going to take another slug at him.
It's all love now. Here's the 1-1. High deep drive to right field along the line, but he's going to push it foul. Lind is a threat to hit it out of the ballpark. 15 home runs.
Yeah, not very many at bats. He doesn't play every day.
A little over 250 at bats.
Big strong guy, always has been. He'll let it loose.
He had some good years with Toronto, some very good years. 2009, he hit 35 homers, drove in 114. He's going to take a seat here, out on strikes as he's caught looking.
Porcello continues to be pinpoint. Try to get in there with that Yahoo fastball inside, then go right back to the outside corner. This is just a pitch you don't really want to swing at as a hitter, and it's a strike, and you go sit down.
2 away. Here's Martin, 0 for 1 with a line drive to left.
That's what Maddox used to call his fastball, that tailing fastball. He kind of throw it right at the left-hander's belt buckle and let it Yahoo right back in to catch the corner. Porcello's been using that pitch very effectively over his last number of starts.
In for a called strike. Martin thought it was high.
No comment.
Wake up!
The 0-2.
Good call!
And Porcello has set down 10 consecutive Mariners. Last man to reach against him in the second inning was Kyle Seager. 1-2 coming. That was nasty. He strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks in that inning. And another 1-2-3. to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Beautiful view of downtown Seattle. Red Sox and the Mariners 1-0. Seattle has the lead as we go to the 6th inning. Brock Holt leading things off. He has one of the Red Sox 4 hits tonight. Seattle has only one. The home run by Cruz, that's been it against Porcello, has been outstanding again. You would like a couple of runs to play with.
Yes, we have seen a little dip in the offense from the Red Sox recently here.
Brock Holt has always hit Seattle well. .338 in his career. .333 at Safeco Field. Followed that one all the way back into the mid for a ball.
Many times the 6th inning is a good inning for the Red Sox.
Bogarts and Ortiz after Brock Holt. All getting their 3rd look at the right-hander. That one is smacked and a foul ball off the line. Then with a dive, but foul.
That was close.
Celebrate the end of an era with David Ortiz final season collection from 47. Available at the Red Sox team store on Yawkey Way and BigPoppyShop.com.
There's even a Big Poppy shop?
There is.
I gotta figure that one out. Go on and look around.
The 2-2 from Iwakuma. Knocked foul down the right field line. I believe there is even a line of Big Poppy cigars that was recently introduced. So David's dabbling in a bit of everything right now.
Everybody wants a piece of David.
Celebrated before the game by the Seattle Mariners with some gifts, including 34 pounds of salmon, which I do not believe he has to bring with him to LA. I think they're going to ship that, so he doesn't have to worry about it.
Freeze it maybe. I don't want that on the bottom of the plane for 3 days in LA.
You and I both. It would wind up back with us.
Fillets.
2-2. Fouled again by the pesky Brock Holt. We talked about Iwakuma tossing a no-hitter last season against Baltimore. In that start, he threw the lowest percentage of strikes in his career, just 41%. And yet tossed a no-hitter. 2-2. That one disappeared on him, and down goes Brock Holt on strikes for the 2nd time. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. And here's Adam Pellerin. Adam, thank you. They won, and so did Toronto. The 2 teams in front of the Red Sox. Toronto beating Houston 3-1. Xander Bogaerts gets a piece and fouls it away, and so did the Detroit Tigers, who at the moment are actually tied for the wild card with the Red Sox.
So the Red Sox can't pick up any ground if they win, but they can lose ground to all the teams that are in front of them.
Here's the 0-1. Right to the 3rd baseman Seager, even with the line, and he'll get him. 2 down. David Ortiz will be next. Check out the standings right now. Red Sox at the moment 2.5 back. The Blue Jays able to stay where they were going into play tonight at 1 game behind, because they're in the win column tonight. Big Poppy now, he has struck out and flied to right, 0 for 2. That makes him 5 for 12 against Iwakuma with 3 home runs.
Almost had one last time up.
Swinging bunt, little dribbler, and a right-hander off the mound. He'll lob on to get him, and that'll do it. The Red Sox go 1-2-3 at the hand of Hisashi Iwakuma. Now back here in Seattle, bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0, the Mariners leading it. Rick Porcello has made only one mistake tonight, at least only one that's been hit out of the ballpark. The only hit for the Mariners. Fly well hit to center field off the bat of Zunino, backing up Bradley, watching that one go, and there's another one. He has homered for the 2nd consecutive night, and that'll make it 2-0 Seattle on a pair of solo home runs. Porcello had set down 11 in a row, but Zunino hits his 5th home run of the season.
That's the power out of Zunino that they were expecting to see, starting to come to fruition a little bit for him. Well, it wasn't that bad a pitch. It was away from him, and he hit it right where you're supposed to hit a ball that's away.
Sardine is the shortstop, 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. So that will make it a little bit tougher for the Red Sox here. 6th inning, 2-0 Mariners. Fouled away for a strike. Well, the Mariners drafted Zunino out of the University of Florida. They were expecting good power from him. They were expecting him to be a home run hitting catcher.
Yeah, we mentioned a couple seasons ago in 2014 when he scuffled big time. He hit a .199, but he did hit 22 homers that year.
So he has homered. Cruz has homered. Broken bat looper to right field, and Betts there. One away. Say hello to the DD Perks loyalty program. It's how Dunkin' Donuts shows big time appreciation to loyal fans with great offers and perks. Enroll today at ddperks.com or on the Dunkin' Donuts mobile app. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. One man away in the inning. And the batter will be Nori Aoki, who has lined to right and grounded out to short. Left-hand hitter. His wife was a very popular sports TV anchor in Japan. So the whole family is well known. He fouls that one away, 0-2. One hit in 14 at bats lifetime against Rick Porcello. Here's his 0-2.
Ooh.
Nearly got him. He had to skip away from that. He's saying he got hit. He's claiming to the home plate umpire DeJesus that he got hit, but the ump is not buying it.
The whole dugout's telling him to go ahead and take his base. It does look like it hit that shin guard.
And the umpire's telling him, come on back.
Everybody on the Mariners bench is saying, go take your base. Now it looks like they're going to let him. Going to have a little conference here between the umpires to try to get it right here. This ball's going to hit the ground in front of the plate, and then it looks like it jumps up and gets that shin guard and then bounces strangely.
And they are going to let him take his base after the conference.
Ball in the dirt.
Yeah, it looked like it got him.
And then it hit his bat, didn't it? Watch it. Does it hit his bat afterwards?
No.
Oh, no, that's shin guard right there, Sandy Leon. But it definitely hit his guard there. That's the right call at the end of the day.
So Aoki is aboard, and Seth Smith, the batter, 0 for 2 with a grounder to third and another to second. There has been one double play turned by the Sox tonight. That was back in the second inning. (2-0) the Mariners. And that'll be in there for a strike at 88. The Red Sox are just 4-8 in their last 12 games, but Porcello has been huge in keeping them in the race. Again, he's won 8 straight decisions.
Talked about him looking for his 100th career victory. If he does that,
line foul.
he'll be one of only 3 active players that picked up their 100th win before the age of 28. Those 3 guys are Kershaw, CC Sabathia, and a guy in the other dugout over there, King Felix Hernandez. 100 wins before you're 28.
Did you see where the Dodgers have put Clayton Kershaw on the 60-day DL? That moved him to the 60-day. 0-2, swing and a miss. Snap toss down to first, not in time, but it is strike 3, and they're 2 away.
That's one of those bits of news where it's just sad for baseball, period, when you hear a guy like Kershaw going on the 60-day.
This is your point earlier. 100 career wins before turning the age of 28 since 1976. And among those on that list, Hall of Famers.
That's the list right there. The 3 guys I mentioned are the only active players.
So runner at first base, and Cano, the hitter, he has grounded out, struck out tonight, hitting .301, 24 homers, and he pops a foul out of play for strike 1. Now we go to the 7th inning. The Red Sox will have due up Jackie Bradley, Aaron Hill, and Travis Shaw. Cano now in his 4th year in Seattle after he signed that mega deal, 10 years, $240 million. Porcello with the 0-1. And a high pop into right center field. Coming on, Mookie Betts. He takes control. And that'll do it. But another home run. Zunino hits one out. Now 2-0 Seattle. by your Eastern Lexus dealers. He's been very tough. No walks, 6 Ks, only 4 hits. He's gotten Jackie Bradley twice. Jackie has struck out and tapped to second. Then it'll be Hill and Shaw all getting their 3rd look at the right-hander from Tokyo, who has been pitching very, very well. His last 13 starts, he's 10-3. He's certainly living up to that here tonight.
The Red Sox got to get it going. They have 3 innings left here. He's only thrown 83 pitches. But if it's any consolation, he rarely goes 100 pitches. Thrown over 100 pitches this season just once.
The high fly ball into center field. For a moment, Martin couldn't find it. Now he locates it and makes the play. It's twilight time here, so easy to see why an outfielder would lose it momentarily, but he found it again, and Jackie is 0 for 3. Sox fans looking for the best seats to the biggest games? Check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace, RedSoxReplay.com. The best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game. Jackie Bradley might be in need of a day off. He's 3 for 25 on this road trip. Dustin Pedroia is getting one tonight as Aaron Hill gets in. But Hanley Ramirez may be out of the lineup for a couple of days with that wrist because of that bizarre fall last night in the dugout.
And it will be interesting to see what they decide to do in Los Angeles now.
Flied into left field, driving back Aoki, but room. 2 quick outs.
John Farrell had planned to not use Big Papi in the field at all. He may be forced to. I know he wanted to talk to Big Papi about the possibility.
Have you heard of Nesson's new automotive website? Give it a visit, NessonFuel.com. You can find everything you're looking for in the world of auto racing and more. So 2 gone. Travis Shaw next. Been a lot of quick innings for Iwakuma.
You gotta like what he does.
And in there for a strike. Shaw has popped up to second and popped up to short.
John Farrell was asked about Travis Shaw as to whether or not he has become just a platoon player facing righties only. He said he certainly likes what Shaw brings to the table, but he also likes the fact that he might be able to get better production out of a platoon situation.
Well, seeing a lot more of Aaron Hill these days at third base. The 1-1. Now the Red Sox went 1-2-3 in the first inning, 1-2-3 in the 4th inning, 1-2-3 in the 6th. On the verge of it happening again here in the 7th. 2 down and the base is empty. The 1-2. Fly to center field. Martin with plenty of space behind him. And again, the Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the 7th. 2-0 Seattle. is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Seattle on top 2-0 as we go to the last half of the 7th inning. Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. He's allowed just 2 hits, and both of those have gone over the fence. One by Nelson Cruz in the 2nd, the other by Mike Zunino in the 6th. And here's Cruz again, 1 for 2 tonight. Kyle Seager on deck, and the 1-0. Breaking ball, a little dribbler, but a foul off first base. Cruz with his 27th home run in the 2nd inning.
So quick inside.
He had a notion, but he let that one go downstairs and a bit off the corner, according to Ramon De Jesus. Not a bad pitch.
Really nasty is what it was. He didn't get the call.
2-1. Checked his swing there, and that missed according to the umpire. And now Porcello wants to know where it missed.
You got to get one of those. If you don't get the low one, you got to get the high one. Didn't get the one down in the zone, so you should be able to get the one up.
3-1. High fly ball down the right field line. Betts into that corner, but it's off into the crowd. Porcello's had some very good outings in his career against Seattle. He's 6-3 against the Mariners. And here in this ballpark, 3-0 with a 1.77 ERA.
He's really thrown a beautiful game into the 7th here, giving up those 2 long balls, and that's it.
And that's in there for strike 3. No question about that one. And no argument from Cruz.
And Dave, this at bat really impresses me because he had back-to-back pitches that he didn't get. That's just a fastball right there, inner half. You know, it really impresses me when a pitcher can kind of get jobbed a little bit and then come back and get the guy. It's easy to throw a crappy pitch and it gets hit 9 miles and you complain about the 2 pitches that you didn't get before. He didn't do any of that, just came back and dominated the hitter anyway. Love that stuff.
Here's Seager. He's walked and popped up to 3rd. 2-0 Seattle, 7th inning. Leon, Benintendi, and Betts due up for the Red Sox when we go to the 8th. Red Sox in need of an offensive spark here tonight against Iwakuma, who's been just a little bit better than Rick Porcello. Seager had a strong first half. Career highs in doubles and homers, 26 doubles, 18 homers. He strokes that one into right field, but Mookie Betts closes on it. And with a backhand, he's got it for the 2nd out. Tomorrow 9:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. Adam Pellerin and Jim Rice preview Drew Pomeranz's next start against Seattle. DCU is Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Pomeranz looking for that first victory for Boston since the trade. Here's Adam Lind. He's hit into a double play and also struck out looking. Lind has been an RBI man. We mentioned the 114 RBIs with Toronto in 2009. 2011 he drove in 87. Last year drove in 87 with Milwaukee. Two 2-0 on him. Baltimore beat Texas 3-2. Toronto knocked off Houston 3-1. And Detroit won as well, their 8th in a row. Swinging a high deep drive to right field. That one may get out of here. Down into the corner. It is gone. Lind with his 16th home run of the season. And it's the 3rd solo home run tonight for Seattle. The long ball has hurt Rick Porcello in this contest.
Kind of what Adam Lind does. Goes up there swinging for the trees, and he connects often enough. That's probably the worst pitch that we've seen Porcello throw today as far as location that got hit hard. That ball out over the middle of the plate, not much on it, off speed, and Lind was all over it.
Look at a bunt, and that'll be a strike on Martin, who's gone 0 for 2. Over Rick Porcello's last 10 starts, he's allowed a total of 3 home runs. And tonight, he's given up 3 in 6 2/3. Fouled out of play, 0-2 on Martin. So tonight here in Seattle, it's hurt him.
Up around the 100 pitch mark now at 98. But he's only given up 3 hits, all of them gone out of the ballpark. Gosh.
Cruz, Zunino, and now Lind. Martin's capable as well. He's hit 13 home runs this season. In fact, he's been clutch all season long for Seattle with walk-off home runs against the White Sox and Oakland. Done it twice. Still 1-2. So the job has been made a lot more difficult for the Red Sox, trailing 3-0. Here's the 1-2 to Martin. Line past third, but foul. In each of his last 3 starts, Porcello did not allow a home run. One-two on the way, and spoiled again.
You know, David, even if the score stays the way it is, it's going to be really hard for me to bring myself to say that this was a bad outing.
He's only allowed 3 hits.
Yeah.
Bullpen getting active. Robbie Ross Jr. starting to move around down there. 1-2, and another nasty pitch cut on a miss. He got him. But another home run. Lind connects. 3-0 Seattle. First choice for value and convenience for every Red Sox homer this season. Speedway donates to Boston Children's Hospital. All summer long, stop at Speedway and get any size fountain or frozen drink for just 69 cents. Eighth inning, getting late here for the Sox. They're down 3-0. Leon goes after the first pitch and pops it a mile in the air. The catcher Zunino creeping over, but it's off into the crowd for strike one on Sandy, who's gone 1 for 2.
Were you watching the ball or Zunino on that one?
I was watching Zunino.
Didn't he act like he thought he had a chance to catch it?
He did.
That ball was about 15 rows deep.
He had no play.
That's what I was watching him too. I'm thinking, oh, he might catch this, and then I glanced
bought
over.
a ticket, he might have had a shot at.
Yeah, if he opened the gate and ran 15 rows up into the seats, maybe.
Leon, a .376 hitter. Now, home runs have been an issue for the man on the mound, Iwakuma. You wouldn't have thought so much about Porcello because he's been pretty stingy with the home run ball. Iwakuma has allowed 20, and a lot of those have come late in games. So it may be that the Red Sox have to fight fire with fire here tonight with a big fly. Benintendi on deck. And the 0-2. Grounded foul. John Farrell in between innings. Spirited discussion. Porcello looks like he wants to stay in the game.
If that is indeed the conversation, if John Farrell is saying, hey, you did a good job, that's enough. Porcello looks like he's saying, no, it isn't enough.
In there for strike 3. That one pinned right to the corner by Iwakuma, who's been very, very good tonight.
Man, this guy has been brilliant. That is right on the corner. You're talking about a guy who rarely touches 90 as that fastball is. He lives about 88, just above the belt buckle where guys can't quite reach it. They swing at it. We've seen all the weak pop-ups today.
The radio is the new right fielder, incidentally, for Seattle. Is Benintendi. Got his first major league hit. Hard line drive in the left field in the third inning. He has since struck out 1 for 2. Drafted by the Red Sox in the first round in 2015. And already here in the majors. He was the number 7 overall pick. 3-0 Seattle, 8th inning. The Red Sox in this game have rarely even threatened to score. There's a shattered bat, line drive, base hit into right field. So he comes up with his second knock of the ball game. He is 2 for 3. See that roar going up from the Benintendi section tonight.
And they have about an entire section with all the relatives and family. And this ball, he hits this ball right on the screws, and that bat's shattered. We talk about him not being a very big guy, but he had enough strength to hit that ball into the outfield after the bat shattered.
Scott Service, the manager, heading out to the hill. Red Sox only have 5 hits tonight against Iwakuma, and he is coming out. They're going to go to the bullpen.
Fantastic job.
This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia, and we'll continue with more in just a moment here from Seattle. tonight after an outstanding effort. 7 1/3, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, no runs. The man at first, Benintendi, is his responsibility. Did not get to 100 pitches, just 97.
Well, I'll tell you what, he does a beautiful job to get you this far into a ball game. As we mentioned, he's only thrown 100 pitches 2 times all season. But I'll take that effort.
Oh, you sure will. Right-hander Drew Storen coming out of their bullpen. They just got him on the 26th of July from Toronto in exchange for the right-hander Joaquin Benoit. Made a couple of appearances and been hit pretty good since coming over to the Mariners. It's allowed 4 earned runs in 2 1/3. Red Sox would like that to continue now. Benintendi on at first base after his second major league hit tonight, and that brings up Mookie Betts. I think the Red Sox are delighted that Iwakuma is out of the game.
Yes, they are.
Mookie went 0 for 3 off him, 2 pop-ups and a strikeout. 3-0 Seattle. We're in the 8th.
Looking for a chance to jumpstart this offense now with a guy on base.
Mookie 0 for 7 against this right-hander. Line drive, base hit into center. Benintendi up to second, stopping there. And Brock Holt will be next. Time for our poll question presented by People's United Bank. Steve, let's see what people want you to talk about on NESN Sports today. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
How about the Red Sox come from behind victory? I'll talk about that when it happens.
Brock Holt has gone 1 for 3 with a single. He's also struck out twice. All that against Iwakuma. One man out. And a strike.
You know, Dave, one of the things you look for with a guy like Andrew Benintendi making his first start here is the instincts. On that line drive up the middle, Andrew stopped and froze to make sure that nobody could catch that. It sailed right over the shortstop's head and then easily went into second. Not doing anything crazy, not going anywhere. He knows his run doesn't mean much now.
Popped up into short left. Sardinius out there with the infield flying effect and makes the play. So many of those tonight. Meek pop-ups here by the Red Sox. Xander Bogaerts next. Are you looking for a cool and educational website for your kids to use while on summer vacation? Have them visit NESNClubhouse.com. Videos, games, and a lot more. Visit NESNClubhouse.com today. So 2 away for Xander, who continues to be chilly. Does not have a hit in this series. He's 0 for 3 tonight. So he's due.
Yeah, don't look now. He could tie it with one swing of the bat.
It's an odd looking line score because the Red Sox have twice as many hits as Seattle. Yet the Sox are down by 3 runs. There's a high fly ball, deep left field. Racing back, Aoki, back to the wall. He's there and he makes the play. He makes the catch. And that is out number 3. And Xander just missed tying the ball game. To the bottom of the 8th, 3-0 Seattle. So to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Seattle still on top 3-0. And Porcello still on the hill as a ground ball past first base, a foul by Mike Zunino, who has one of the 3 solo home runs tonight for the Mariners off of Rick Porcello. His came in the 6th inning. Red Sox Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide.
It will be interesting to find out what that discussion between Porcello and Farrell was about. Porcello back out there. May not have been about him staying in the game or not.
I think that's exactly what it was about. As the breaking ball is in there for a strike, I don't know what else it would have been.
I was trying to be diplomatic. That's exactly what I think it was, too. I didn't think Porcello talked his way back into the game.
And it was animated, too.
Yeah. And Porcello can be that way. He will stand up for what he thinks. We've seen him be that way with Farrell before this year. A couple times he's been taken out of ball games on the mound, and he's not happy about it at all.
Robbie Ross throwing in the Red Sox pen. Clay Buchholz had been up with him for a bit. That one smoked into left field for a base hit. So Zunino has done some damage these last couple of nights. 3 hits in his last 4 at bats. So Xander Bogaerts looked like he just missed one moments ago.
Might have got out on the end of the bat. Didn't sound quite as great as some of the other balls we've heard hit here tonight, but gosh, I thought he might have had a chance to get it out of there.
Aoki actually forgot how many outs there were.
Yes, he did.
He fired in as if he had a play. That was out number 3. Here's Sardinas. He is struck out looking and flied to right. Looking to bunt. Pops up the bunt for the out, caught by Leon in foul territory. So could not get it down. That's the first out here in the 8th inning.
Sardinas had a rough night at the plate. Squares around, then jabs at it right there. Easy play for Sandy, and nobody else is going anywhere.
So Aoki will be next. He's gone 0 for 2 and been hit by a pitch. Leadoff man tonight for Seattle. They're trying to win their 2nd game in a row in the series. A loss would send the Red Sox to 3 games behind in the American League East. And the first pitch, strike 1. Again for Porcello, an 8-game winning streak is on the line. He hasn't lost a game since May 17th. Of course, he's been unbeaten at Fenway. Here's the 0-1 to Aoki. Showed bunt, throw down to first, not in time with a tag. As Zunino gets back in. Now in the 9th inning, as you look at the bullpen, and Diaz among those warming up, he's their new closer. In the 9th inning, the Red Sox have up Ortiz, Bradley, Hill.
Porcello looking for a ground ball double play to get him out of this. He's got 110 pitches right now.
Slap toward left center. Jackie Bradley there into the gap to make that catch. And they're 2 down. Zunino back to first. Tomorrow at 9, don't miss Red Sox first pitch. Presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Adam Pellerin and Jim Rice will look back at David Ortiz's career success against Seattle on his last night playing here at Safeco Field. Drew Pomeranz pitching tomorrow night, still in search of his first Red Sox victory. And if Seattle does win this game, the Red Sox will be playing just to split the series as they did in Anaheim. Here's Guillermo Heredia, his first at bat tonight, a comebacker, handled by Porcello, and that will do it. 1 man left. Last chance for the Sox, 3-0 Seattle as we go to the 9th. By Xfinity, the Red Sox are down 3-0 going to the 9th inning already. Porcello is outstanding. He gave up only 4 hits and struck out 8 over 8 innings. But 3 of those 4 hits went over the fence. Benintendi with his first 2 major league hits tonight. Iwakuma was superb, 7 1/3. Did not allow the Red Sox a run. And Porcello has not lost since the middle of May, but now has to hope that his team can rally and do it against a very hard thrower here in Edwin Diaz, who has taken over the closer's role.
This guy brings some serious cheese with movement.
First man in against him is David Ortiz. Red Sox behind 3-0. 97 for strike 1.
And that might be the best pitch right there that David's going to see to hit.
Ortiz tonight 0 for 3, a strikeout, a fly to right, and a grounder back to the pitcher. And he flares that one foul for strike 2. The Sox have been held to 6 hits.
We didn't see many breaking balls out of him last night, but we're told he does have a good one to go along with that 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Big cut and a miss. Down he goes. 99 to strike him out. 1 away. 1 down in the 9th.
That is country hardball right there. Up above the hands. You can't reach it. You got to try not to swing at it. That's the only thing. It just looks better.
He may be a star closer now, and here comes Jackie Bradley, who has gone 0 for 3. Jackie with only 3 hits on the entire road trip to this point. 3-0 Seattle. And a 1-0. Line drive and a base hit. So the Red Sox have a base runner here in the 9th with 1 away. And Aaron Hill coming up.
Got a chance to get something going now with JBJ. Check out this pitch. Middle away off the plate. Jackie dumps it right back up the middle himself.
Red Sox with his 7th hit. Here's Hill now. He's gone 1 for 3, an infield single. Red Sox looking for a big fly of their own, and that's across for a strike. He started him with an off-speed pitch. Both starters were very good tonight, Porcello and Iwakuma. Iwakuma poised to take the win, and that's going to hit him. That's a breaking ball that strikes Hill.
Yeah, that's a big chance now.
So the Sox have runners at first and second, and a tying run coming up to the plate in Travis Shaw.
I was about to say he reminds me a little bit about Craig Kimbrell when he comes into a game. Ridiculous fastball, nasty breaking ball to go with it.
Red Sox hoping for some magic here in Seattle. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And that's going to be low for ball 1. Travis has popped to second, popped to short, fly to center.
And he'll come out of his shoes right here. Looking dead red for a fastball. Hoping it's not away.
Diaz firing. That one almost hit him. That'll skip by everyone to the backstop. A wild pitch sends Bradley down to third and Hill into second. And a big league wild pitch.
It's a couple of them in a row. You hit a guy, then you throw it at his shin protector. Goodness, starting to lose his stuff right now. This changes things a little bit too, Dave. A base hit, now you score 2 runs. Maybe you get a double, you put him right back in scoring position. Obviously, you'd love to see a ball sail out of the ballpark that ties it up, but you don't need that now.
John Farrell does have Dustin Pedroia available tonight to come off the bench. 1 out, 2 men in scoring position suddenly for the Red Sox. Certainly the best scoring chance of the night. We're in the 9th. And that was a nearly wild pitch again. The count goes to 3-0.
Now I think Shaw has to change his MO here. Can't swing at this pitch. This guy's wild enough to walk him. It's already 3-0.
Kimbrel's starting to loosen. Here's the 3-0. And he pounds in a strike right down the middle. Now if Shaw can get that same pitch again. Bradley at third and Hill at second is swinging a ground ball to the right side. Up with it, Cano. A run will score as the throw goes to first base. Bradley in to make it a 3-1 game, but now they're at 2 down. Hill into third base, and the batter will be Sandy Leon. So Shaw will pick up his 56th RBI, but he certainly wanted to do more with that. Red Sox do score for the first time tonight. Leon representing the tying run. He has gone 1 for 3. Does have 3 home runs this season.
The only 2 threats in this ball game for the Sox coming in the 8th and 9th innings.
2 down. He has to jackknife, and that is ball 1. Red Sox trying desperately to rally here in the top half of the 9th inning. Porcello went 8. Right now he would lose it despite allowing only 4 hits. Into the dirt. 2-0. Boy, he's all over the place. And Mel Stottlemyre Jr. is going to pay a mound visit.
He throws a lot of pitches at guys' ankles, doesn't he? He's just hooking this thing. And again, it's kind of what you see out of Kimbrel when he's struggling a little bit. Just yanks those fastballs down and into the lefties, down and away to the righties.
Wilhelmsen in their bullpen just in case. Craig Kimbrel throwing in a Red Sox bullpen just in case. Runner at third base is Hill.
You call a kid up from the minor leagues and he ends up having a chance to do some damage last night. Game on the line when he comes to the plate, and maybe in the same situation again tonight with Benintendi on deck.
Leon asking for time. Greg Benintendi came up last night in the 9th inning, and he was called out on strike 3 from Diaz. Here's the 2-0. Into the dirt once more to make it 3-0.
There's no question this guy is going to be a closer, but he's going to have to corral some stuff just a little bit.
Leon will be taking on 3-0. Took something off. He got it to 95. That's his get me over fastball.
Yeah, probably should be taking 3-1.
I'll tell you what, 3-1. If it's fat, I say he's hacking. Into right field, sliding stab, Cano up and throwing, and he got him at first base, and that is the ball game. Seattle has taken the last 2, and the Red Sox fall here tonight by a final score of 3-1. Benintendi with his first couple of major league hits, but the Red Sox do not manage to score enough. And the Sox had him now 3-4 on this all-important West Coast swing heading into the last game of the Seattle series tomorrow night.